my self-awareness.
Self-awareness, right?
Yeah. Um, I don't know where we left off with that conversation.
You remember you were talking about um how um at an early age you felt like you had to mature.
Oh yeah, so it was y- yes, but there's like a whole story to it
Right.
because um it's it's definitely trauma based.
Right.
Because it was every time that we would have those talks in downstairs.
Hmm.
Um, you were always picking out everything that I did. Um,
Right.
and you were never wrong about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
As far as like why it was wrong or what it could lead to or things like that.
Right.
Or even the reason why I was doing something. You would call me out on it. Um, and in those moments I wanted to fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I wanted to stick up for myself because you were the things that you were coming at me for were like so like, bro, you did them when you were a kid. You tell me stories. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, in those moments I wanted to tell you, like, I wanted to tell you something, but I couldn't because I didn't have the confidence. But that's how it started where um after the conversations, I would go back and think about it and think about it and think about it. And then I just told myself, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to know everything that I do, why I do it. Uh, like I'm gonna have to dissect everything, everything that I do. So that way, when he calls me out, it won't affect me.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
I can stick up for myself internally. I don't have to continue to feel bad for being called out
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
So it came from that.
So how do you feel about that now as a parent?
I haven't thought about it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It's funny that just said that because the reason why I was able to do that. Well, here, two things. The reason why I did it was because you said it. You hit the nail right on the head where you said you did those things. What are you talking about? Well, I know what they lead to,
Right.
right? So
Right.
I'm trying to protect you
Right.
from that point of view, right?
Mhm.
Or that's that point
Mhm.
of view. And and now as a parent, well, so the way that I prepare myself for that was I live well, I think 5 years ahead,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
because when you're 10 and when you're 15, it's two totally different worlds,
Right.
right? So I'm gearing up at 10 years old for when
Mhm.
you're 15.
Right.
So I'm watching patterns,
And behavior.
where you're
Yeah.
going with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now I see you behaving exactly like me, doing the
Yeah.
same, right? And I'm understanding. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it. Now, the thing is that my message at that point, because of lack of knowing how to communicate,
Right.
right, or even tone and all of those things, right? I I, I was very aware of language for sure. In
Right.
college, I learned that very well, but it only taught me how to do like public speaking and stuff like that, right? It didn't teach me how powerful uh objective
Yeah.
communication
Okay.
is. I didn't, right? Because public speaking is more of
An opinion based.
is what do you call, what's the word, when you're trying to get persuasive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Persuasive. And my message to you is not persuasive
Right.
because I don't want to tell you what to do.
Right.
I just want to warn you about the things that you're doing,
Right.
right? Because ultimately, and I know this because of my own experience. My bad, y'all. We're
Oh,
all
I
sick
can't
over here,
hear.
man. Huh?
Oh. Oh, I think it's just their phone.
Yeah. Is everybody good out there? Yo, yo. Anyway, I don't want to tell you what to do,
Right.
but I want to warn you of these things,
Right.
right? And also remember as a parent the fear of
Mhm.
you guys not understanding what I'm saying because I'm not
Yeah.
effectively communicating,
Right.
then it starts to escalate.
Wait, so did you know that you weren't effectively communicating at the time?
Absolutely, because the behavior it
Right.
wasn't you. I wasn't getting
Right.
through.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
getting through. So then I start to figure things out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And really, all it was just listening. I
Yeah.
didn't listen. I didn't listen. I if you were crossing the street wrong, I'm pulling you back,
Right.
right? Thinking
Oh,
because it's all projection at the end of
right.
the day. It's all
Right.
projection, right? Um, and so I learned to listen objectively,
Mhm.
right? Because you're gonna you're your own person.
Right.
You're gonna go do your things, right? Um, and so yeah, it was like I said, it was I planned ahead.
Yeah.
Or at least not that I planned ahead, but at least, I was conscious of what was coming up,
Yeah.
right? Different eras in your life.
Right.
And especially a dad to a female, right? And not having a lot of help at home,
Right.
right? And besides that, it's not just you,
Yeah.
it's two other, right?
Yep.
And then besides that, you and Aaron, I could couple you together, right?
Mm.
Because you guys are gonna go through the same thing, through the same eras,
Right.
right? Your teenage at the same time,
Mhm.
and I have a guy that's 10 years younger than
Right.
you guys,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm trying to balance all of that, and I'm trying to
Oh, the
balance a
topic.
career.
The topic is maturity.
Maturity. I think it's is it not on the does it mark it on the top there? I think it does. Yeah, marks it on the top. So
Oh.
so um there's a ton of variables also. I'm trying to balance a career,
Mhm.
right? I'm trying to balance a career. I'm trying to balance also a relationship with your mom,
Mhm.
right, at that time,
Mhm.
right? Um, so there's
Yeah.
a lot. But all in all, we're here,
Right.
and I think that was the goal, and not in a position where like at 45 you're fighting with your parents still.
Right. Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a little scary also for me because this to me is new,
Right.
right? Seeing you guys at this age, um, with the level of maturity, you almost know too much for your own age. You have so much information, you probably don't even know what to do with it because you don't even have the experience,
Yeah. Facts.
right?
Facts.
So now think about me where I'm thinking, damn, am I giving them too much information? Am I confusing them? You know what I'm saying? So I told you that there's a ton of shit that I'm doing now that 5 years from now you're gonna be mad at me about. But it's good that we're communicating, right?
Yeah.
And so this way it softens the blow because man, listen, like I said, I don't know everything. I need your input
Right.
to help because all at the end of the day is not, and I'm not even here to. I don't even need to help you.
Right.
You
Right.
guys at this age, you guys got it,
Right.
right? Like, and it's just like I always tell people, at least I have a seat at the table. Mm. That you guys even come to me for advice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That to me is that's where it's at. That's where it's
Right.
at. You know. But yeah, what were you saying about where were you going with because and now you're a parent.
Oh yeah. Now I'm a parent. Um. So thinking about him as a teenager. See, because for me, it's hard to think 5 years.
Okay.
I can see three. I
Okay.
can see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can
Yeah.
see far, but not
It's
that
the
far.
same. It's the same.
Right. Right.
I just named the number.
Exactly.
It's however you feel like you're gonna figure things out,
Right.
right?
But as far as like puberty into teen years,
Now you can't think
I
that
have
far. You
no
know why?
clue.
Because you have to experience the
Yeah.
first 5 years,
Okay.
right? So this way you understand the behavior, how he's doing,
Right.
how much he's listening, how much you're fucking up,
Right, right.
right?
Okay.
That and because look at all with the experience that you have, and not only that, I am an open book with you,
Right,
right? I don't know if there's anything that I wouldn't speak to you about. Um, no, for sure, Romy, for sure. I mean, bro, there is such thing as knowing too much.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There is such thing,
yeah,
and that hinders you
yeah.
because a lot of times you could get
You get,
lost in thought.
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't know you don't
exactly,
know what information to use at what
exactly,
time. Yeah, nah, it's that's the
exactly.
thing. I listen, man. I work with artists. It is all relative though. Joe. Um, I work with artists that, man, they tell me, hey, I want my video to be cinematic, right? And cinematic to me means one thing. And to that person, I'll tell them like, I'll do what I have to do, and I'll show them my work, and then it's like, no, this is not cinematic.
Right,
And it's like, well, what do you mean?
right.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah,
What do you mean, right?
yeah.
And then this person wouldn't even know what to tell you.
Right.
They're like, well,
They would
cinematic,
show us. They would have to show you a
cinematic.
picture.
Yeah, they'll send me this. What they do is they'll send me a reference, and it just means green tint, right? When I cinematic doesn't mean that to me. Cinematic is a bunch of different things, and not just a green tint. So yeah, for sure, it's a thing. You people know too much, and I'm guilty of that shit myself. With all the experiences that I had that are unnecessary in my life,
Hmm.
that are things that I don't need to know are there, and they're trauma based,
Yeah, yeah,
and so that will fuck you up also,
yeah.
right? Um, man, I just try what I've tried to do is take that information and be and use it as best possible, man.
Right. Yeah.
And it hasn't worked out. Um,
Completely the way you
no,
wanted it
not
to.
at all. But I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm learning a lot about myself. Also, why?
Mm-hmm.
Because my fuck ups are I repeat them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I sit and look in the mirror and ask myself, like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck is wrong with me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do you do this?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you continue to do this?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. So now I'm understanding a
Yeah.
lot of my behaviors and why they do it. Now it's a thing where I'm just looking for uh not coping mechanisms, but almost like a game plan. Put a game plan together.
Mm.
So I lack dopamine. And so what happens is early in the morning, as soon as I get up, that's when my brain gives me the biggest hit of, and I take advantage of that,
Yeah.
and I get shit done. Um, I didn't know that for a long time. I didn't know that. I know that now.
Yeah.
So now I know that the mornings for me is is go time.
Yeah.
I'll get burned out really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Really fast. I get burned out. It could be it could be 2 hours,
Yeah.
and I'm done. And
Mm.
I'm done. Um, but like I said, I understand what's going on. So I try to sit down and get my shit done now.
Right.
Because there's a lot of I got a lot of resources for I got a lot of um different ways to
Yeah.
get stuff done. So it's dope. It's
Yeah.
growth.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm at now. Um, I I have a good understanding of the past and all my triggers and my traumas of everything. Now it's just focusing on uh my ADHD and identifying what gives me dopamine, what doesn't, or when I get it the most,
Yeah.
just identifying everything under that umbrella because yeah, I was hiding it from myself.
It's
Um
it's a superpower.
yeah, I just didn't want to I kind of wanted the professional opinion. Um
Yeah. Yeah.
but the signs are there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is, for me, I don't want to be labeled as,
Right.
right? I see that shit for me as a superpower.
Yeah.
It makes me who I am, and
Yeah.
without that, I wouldn't be who I am,
Right.
right? I would be a nine to fiver,
Yeah.
right? Not that
Yeah.
there's anything wrong with that. Do your thing,
Yeah.
but my brain doesn't work that way,
Right.
right? And then besides that, knowing some stuff, right?
Mhm.
Um, that keeps me away from that world because, well, I worked 10 years of my life in in a corporate setting, and that didn't work out. I mean, I didn't get to where I wanted to. I'm goal oriented. Or not necessarily goal oriented, but I definitely like to climb the ladder, and that wasn't available. Right, so I had to move on.
As you should.
The best thing that happened. Um, um, Besides that, it gave me the freedom also to raise you guys,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Aaron and Natalie on
Mhm.
every goddamn video because I wasn't gonna do it any other way. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. Watch your back. Look, watch your back. So yeah, that's why I did it. Um, Mainly, um, just watching a lot of parents
Mhm.
go through and have children, and then have somebody take care of them.
Yeah.
I can't. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It worked out. It was dope. And look, at the end of the day, also, um, it was dope that um I feel like it was a thing where it led to this
What?
being able to spend time with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. For
You know,
sure. For sure.
if I was trapped in a 9 to 5, I would
For
have
sure.
lost you completely,
For
completely.
sure. Even if you didn't bring us on set, I think it would have been the same outcome. Like the fact that you had the idea and executed of having us around, I think that really benefited um this cause because we got to physically see everything. You know what I mean? We were
Right.
there, we were part of conversations, we were
Yeah.
part of plans, we were part of almost all of it.
Yeah. It's it's a different way of doing things. I personally, and I am in your face type of person. I don't care. Like I don't give a shit what people say.
Yeah.
Right. To an extent,
Yeah.
right? Because I do respect. I do. I understand certain people may be triggered by certain shit or whatever. And I'll be careful with certain things. I get it,
Yeah.
right? But for the most part, I have to live my life,
Yeah.
right? And I've informed myself, man, enough to understand a few things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, about freedom,
Mm-hmm.
right? And basically, when you go out there and have your own, do you make your own business? You're basically what you're doing is buying your own freedom
Mm-hmm.
because you don't, your life is no longer by the same rules,
Right.
right?
Right.
You really have to be careful. Look, we got a question here. I have two kids of my own. What do you think was the hardest part of raising a teenager? The hardest part of raising a teenager. See, that didn't happen for me. I didn't have a hardest time raising a teenager
Mm.
because I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. There was no hard part. Um, that it was perfect. No, it wasn't perfect, but I was there. I was present. So there were times where we sat down and we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
You said this in the beginning where you got it. You were angry at some
Yeah.
pieces because you didn't know where it was. You didn't know where this shit was coming from.
Right.
You just thought you was being called out.
Yeah.
You didn't know there
Yeah.
was a protection piece in
No,
there.
no, no, not true. Not
Okay,
true. Because I understood that from a father-daughter standpoint that there was some protection going on there.
got it. Okay,
So I understood what you were saying and I took it into consideration all the time.
all right.
So it was also really challenging because it's like, bro, I can only try so hard with the things that I do. I'm not going to be perfect,
Mhm.
but I did feel like I needed more trust than what I had. And if I didn't,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's so dope because I do recall that. And I do recall having those feelings. And then really my fights would never really be with you.
No.
They'd be with your mom.
Right. Right.
Right? I had to come and protect.
Right.
I had to come and protect. And then and I think that also could have led to the trust
Yeah, yeah,
piece.
because I did have trust in you because I understood that you understood different. You
Right.
were just
That's right.
being
Right.
blinded by
Yeah, a lot of things.
exactly,
A lot of things.
exactly.
But for the most part, I do recall being objective.
Yeah,
Right. There
yeah,
were some things that felt that that I remember being strong about certain things,
yeah,
horrible shit. But as time passed, I started to learn,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then we start to have different conversations,
Exactly.
right?
Mm.
Where now it's totally, you know, now we
It's
just
open.
talk
It's
like
open.
homies, yeah, like
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck, you know? And
yeah.
Aaron is around. Maggie's in Puerto Rico right now. She's taking care of some business over there. Um, and now they'll be on the pod soon. We're setting everything up. We're getting our thoughts together.
Flows,
Yeah,
flow.
what we doing the workflow because they kind of took off and I'm excited about this because we do this every single night, man. And we talk what I like to say fucking nonsense.
Ow.
But um I don't know, we just turned the mics on, man, and it just is working. It's
Yeah,
dope. And it's
yeah,
therapeutic in a way.
yeah.
And also people get to learn and I think that
That's my
I love
favorite
that.
part. Yeah,
Yeah, same.
that's my favorite part. I
Same.
like the impact.
Yeah. Not only that, but you know what's gonna happen also is that people once we build a little community, people gonna give us ideas. Also,
Yeah,
look, Joe right now is saying that the same he that's the same approach um that he takes. He likes to structure his life where he doesn't miss any moments. Right. Yeah. No, for
yeah,
sure, Romy man. There's a little niche, bro, and all it takes is a little bit of elbow grease, man, and get the shit off the floor and running. Um, and so yeah, now we're gonna like with tonight we wasn't gonna go live, but you know, just to try to keep consistent and have a clip for tomorrow morning,
yeah,
um, it's important. And not only that, but we at least condition ourselves also to this because this is new.
yeah.
This is new. This is not something that you know that we were preparing. We were talking about for some
Mhm,
time. We had
mhm.
all the equipment. It was just actually just sitting there collecting dust. I had to dust this thing off. And so now we going. Now it's dope. But let's go back to you and you're saying so you're saying you like to look at it in 3 year increments.
Yeah,
And yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
That's fine. I think that as he gets older, you'll spread it out a little more.
Yeah,
Right now, you know.
because also I don't want to do the regular schooling for him.
Hmm.
So I'm also um preparing myself for that 3-year gap of kindergarten or preschool to kindergarten,
Hmm.
which I think is 5, no?
Four.
4, right?
Four.
So, yeah, I just want the most information for that time period because that's where he's going into next.
Right.
And I just don't feel right in my heart sending him to schools,
Yeah.
especially here. I just don't.
Yeah.
Too much negative on the internet that I don't trust.
Yeah.
I don't trust. I don't
I
trust.
mean, we stay well informed, right?
Yeah,
You know how to discern truth.
yeah,
And
yeah,
you know, we speak a
yeah,
lot about
yeah.
that.
I understand that not everything that on the internet is true. Not
Hmm.
everything that is sold to us is
Well, what the thing is that you understand the system.
right,
You know where the
right,
system is
right,
going, where it's headed,
right,
where it came from, and
right.
that's another part where I tell people, man, pick up a fucking book, man.
Yeah.
Pick up a goddamn book, because there's a lot of fucking ignorance out there, man. A lot of ignorance, and it's sad.
Mhm.
And it's sad,
Mhm.
really,
Mhm.
really sad.
Mhm.
Um, it's tough. I get it. A lot of people don't. A lot of look. We got. I couldn't wait to see my kid grow up. I didn't like changing. Yeah. The ignorance, man. Because you know, especially people up north with a colonized mindset and don't even know it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Have no idea. Um, you know, when you start to read and you start to see, and that's like, God
Right.
damn, man.
Yeah.
You know, the horrors.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So
and
I'm all right with all of that.
yeah, right. You get it.
I'm all
You get it.
right.
So now you can plan.
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
You can plan not only that, but also there's a lot going on at home
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
stuff, right? You
Exactly.
know, we're building platforms,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, and setting ourselves up
Yeah.
for to take control of our
Mhm.
destiny.
Mhm.
Because it's like for me working with artists, I'm at the mercy of the artist,
Right.
right? Um, so you know, uh, if the artist is not working at the time, or you know, if there's no work for me, then you know, I gotta figure something out. And in the meantime, um, you know, get it. But if I have my own platform and my own situations, then I don't have to worry on if there's you know if there's no work. So parenthood is interesting because the first kid a lot of the times is in the learning curve with you, but if you're gonna do your best, which is all that matters. Um, the first kid is a lot of the times in the learning curve with you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You have if you have two kids, right? They're like 5 years apart. That second child is gonna get a different parent
Mhm.
because of the growth,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, sort of like what's going on with like Aiden and you guys, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He gets somebody else, and then you can see the way that I treat him, and then it's like, well, why you didn't treat us like
Yeah.
that when we were listening, right? So he gets a better version of me,
Yeah.
right? And so I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know. I didn't know. Now I know, and not that anything changes, but I tell you guys, well, now I can explain at least to you guys.
Right,
Listen,
right.
this is what's up. You know, there was
Exactly.
growth,
Exactly.
which is crazy because here's the deal: when you have kids, you grow together.
Yeah.
They see you grow.
Oh,
They see you grow.
100%.
You know, well, if the parent grows, because
Right.
a lot of motherfuckers peak at
Right.
high school and that's it, right? So that's dope. I think it gets a bit easy
My fault.
when they get older, maybe teaching them what you can and watch them bloom. When it gets easy when they get older. No, that doesn't work that way. Absolutely not. You have to educate your kids from the very beginning, man. It's not a once the because remember once they get older they start to have their own ideas, and it's not that you want to give them the ideas. It's not that, or it's not that you want to dictate what they do. It's not that. It's just be around, see what it is that they're into, and support that, and let that grow. And if they don't want it, move on, right? And continue to figure out what it is their niche is, and help them. And because how many things did we do, Natalie? We did singing,
I did
dancing.
dance, yeah,
What else?
gymnastics. I did I did sculpting with clay. I did sculpting with duct tape. I did
That's right.
bro, I did so many. I did so many
Right,
things. I did so many things. I was
right,
in band for almost half my life.
right,
Where
right,
I know how to play the trumpet, I know how to read sheet music.
right,
I know, I know about music.
right. So see how like now this is the person who she becomes, a person who knows that she can learn and adapt, right?
Right.
Because that's what I instilled in her. I said, all right, let's go dance. Oh, you don't like that? All right, what's the next thing? All right, you like that? All right, you don't like that? All right, keep going. And we did
Mhm.
it all. We did it all. Well,
Yeah.
at least the ideas.
Yeah.
Some of them were yours, some of them were mine,
Right.
and some of them worked, some of them didn't, some of them
Right.
didn't work out. But you experienced,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, whether you liked it or not, but it was an activity. Well, and I
Yeah.
do understand that there was some pressures at some point, right? And and that was fucked up, but you understand.
Yeah.
And the Joe saying exposure, yeah, exposure, bro.
Yeah.
I tried, man. I tried the most
Yeah.
that I can, because I know that it gives you an opportunity, it gives you a choice.
Yeah.
It gives you a choice because if you want to go live the 9 to 5 life, great.
Mhm.
Because I understand how, like, I understand the difference. I understand that being a hustler or having your own business, there's gonna be downtimes.
Yeah.
The last 5 years for me have been total shit,
Mm.
right? And but I can bounce back and never
Mhm.
ever have to have that problem again,
Mhm.
right? Or I could get a job and never have that problem again. Also, I
Mhm.
have a choice. I
Mhm.
have a choice because I have platforms. I have the knowledge. You know, I have a
Mhm.
choice. Unlike if you do the whole straight, you know, straight the funnel system of um the indoctrination through schools, straight to the job place, you know,
Yeah.
you get that. Hmm, nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. But
Mhm.
I personally can't fuck with that.
Yeah.
And like literally, my brain will not function that way. So I had to take care of
Oh
myself.
my God.
I had to
Yeah.
take care of myself because with what I got going on, it doesn't it doesn't jive
Yeah.
in that world. And then you get called names. Ah,
Oh
lazy,
yeah.
this, that, on and on and on,
Yeah.
with zero understanding,
Oh yeah.
right?
I got held back, and I literally, I didn't understand why.
I remember that.
I did not understand why.
I fought. I fought. I did it all, man. I went in there nice. I fucking reamed the fucking principal as well. But ultimately, um, I mean, you it was an experience.
Yeah.
I don't think the getting left back thing like it's
No,
not like
after a while, it didn't affect me.
no, I get
What
it.
affected me was the names.
I get it. And what I'm saying is that it didn't affect you. It didn't hinder your growth.
Exactly.
Personally,
Exactly.
personally. Then in school, it is what it is. But um, I tell you what, man, and I say that because if I was to get left back, man, my mom's gonna fuck me.
Mhm.
If I had a C, my mom beat my ass, right? And so I was terrified
Yeah.
of getting bad grades or getting left back. Getting left back.
Yeah.
If I would have got left back, all I had to do was just go home, dig a hole in the ground, and bury myself because
Yeah.
you know. And so when that happened, my approach to that was fight. Number one for you there, and once it didn't go through, I just made you understand that it's not your fault because it wasn't your fault. Whatever happened there was just it was a discrepancy in paperwork
Mm.
from New York to Connecticut.
Okay.
That's all it was. It wasn't that you know what I'm saying. It was a
Mm.
discrepancy in paperwork. That's what they cited.
Okay.
That's what they cited,
Yeah, that school was very fishy.
right? And
Yeah.
so
I
not
got in
only that,
trouble
but
for some weird shit.
where we lived, it was a little crazy,
Yeah.
right? With the racism and all of that bullshit,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah, yeah, not to say that we made the best out of the situation because I don't think there is a best out of the situation. It
Just
sucks,
yeah.
but I didn't. But you weren't held accountable for it. It
Right.
wasn't
Yeah, no, I didn't feel
it
I
wasn't
was
your
good.
fault.
I was upset. I was embarrassed going
Right,
back,
right, 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 right.
but I didn't let that stop me. I didn't let that
Yeah,
affect me. I just made new friends.
that's dope. That's dope. And then at least, and then with any with any exceptions or reservations that you had at the time, um, at least now you understand what the
Yeah.
hell was going
Yeah.
on. Is at the end of the day, there was no loss. You really didn't lose anything.
If anything, I gained because
Okay,
I feel
cool.
like I was having a little bit of trouble. Well, okay. So, being in school in the Bronx
Hmm.
was a little bit challenging for me too, and it showed. Like the teacher would get mad at me because I wasn't fast enough at turning the page. And I'm like, bro, this isn't a 1,000 page book, and you want me to turn to page 400 and something that easily, bro?
Hmm. Hmm.
Let me get there. I'm only in first grade.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, there was just a lot of
But
negative
you
energy.
dealt you dealt with a lot very little, very young.
Exactly.
I was not. I didn't. The only the only way I know how to teach at that point, because I know that I was not ready to be a parent at
Mm.
that age, and I put a lot of pressure on you, unnecessary pressure. It was just, it breaks my heart
I
every
don't
night.
think I
Nah, but the
from first grade,
hmm
from first grade, let me think. Let me think. Because I don't think I started feeling pressure until um
nah, but the what I'm talking about is like coming home doing homework and yelling at you because you didn't know what 2 plus 2 was, right?
oh yeah.
That
Yeah.
that to me just,
Yeah.
that's hard,
Yeah, that's why that was that was my whole fight with reading.
right?
I was not
Right.
fucking with
And
reading.
and and at the end of the day, Natalie, none of that shit was your fault,
Right. Right.
right?
That's why I
It's
do it now because I understand what happened. I understand uh um the misinformation
right,
there.
right.
So I'm able to now let it go and move forward and read and feel comfortable and happy that I did. You know, I sit there and I read books and I finish it. Bro, I feel so accomplished.
Yeah,
I feel so accomplished. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to read another one.
right.
So I'm happy. I'm happy with
Yeah,
it. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. No, I listen, and I've noticed a huge change in your vocabulary, and now you're able to express yourself
Yeah.
a lot better. Um, which is neither here nor there, because if you don't have the courage or you don't have the strength or
The
the where
willpower.
the whatever,
Yeah.
the opportunity,
Yeah.
to speak, because there's parents that will not let you talk. They will not listen to you, and you have that. And so now you can articulate.
Exactly.
You can sit at the table
Yeah.
and articulate,
Right.
right, the best you can
Mhm.
up to now.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I'm very impressed by
Right.
the jump. And this is going on for like the last 5 years or so, right after high school, probably.
Yeah.
Right after high school,
Yeah.
you made a huge jump in maturity
Well,
in many places,
I understood a lot of different things.
right? Dope.
I understood a lot of different things because of everything that happened in the past.
Right.
It's almost like I saw the future coming and braced myself for it.
Yeah, because you have ADHD. Because people with ADHD can see patterns and
Yeah.
see sequences,
Yeah.
and it's hard to bullshit these people
Yeah.
because you see right through all the bullshit,
Mhm.
because it's a superpower, right? Because we can't lie.
Mhm.
We don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
We're truthful, and people don't like that
My God.
because it hurts, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, my tone,
Right.
right? On top of that, I know that I could be a bit intimidating at times,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. And the
Depending on the
topics
person.
that you talk about too, they're hard topics.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk
Nobody
about
wants to
them.
talk about them
Nobody
at
get next
all.
to me.
No.
Nobody gets next to me. Everybody runs away
That
because
happens.
because I don't have a problem with taking accountability. And if I'm taking accountability and looking you in your face and you telling me that you're not gonna take accountability, you bullshitting.
Mhm.
And then what you do is you try to smear my name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've seen it a
So
million
many times.
times,
Yeah.
a million times, regular shit.
So many times.
But um, it's made me who I am,
Yeah.
right? And I know that when I walk outside of that door, I have a lot of respect.
Right.
I've treated people with respect.
Yep.
I've treated people better than I've treated myself,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people have taken advantage of of my shit,
Yeah.
you know. Wait, he said what topics? I'm not sure. Yeah, you didn't tell me. I'm not sure what you're asking. Um, um, yeah, becomes. Oh, yeah, man. Now you have the baby. Now it's your turn to figure that out, right? Little by little. I think you got it. You got it. Not only that, but you have resources,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have resources, and things are everything is a process,
Yeah.
right? Everything's a process, and everything will be put together. We start from scratch. I don't have mommy poppy money. Mm. um, I'm self-made, um, and it's tough to start from the very bottom. Um, to learn everything, and it's crazy because it's not just you gotta. Well, for me at least, I'm gonna talk about my experience where I had to learn a new skill. Right, I was in the hospital working doing coding. Then I had to learn a new skill to learn how to film, and then I learned how to edit, and I had to learn a ton of other shit on top of that because it's not just that.
Yeah.
I mean, that world. There's a lot to learn. I had to do all of that shit. Um, and then learn the business, right? And then learn financials, and then so it's all just all on my on me, little by little, putting it together. 15 years this year, I believe, and I think we're about to have the best in the coming months.
Yeah.
In the coming months, you know what's up.
Nope. No, I know.
And I've worked my ass off of that shit, and it's
I
dope.
know.
And it's dope. I say I because you guys have been involved as well, right? I just say I because I involve you guys in there because of all of that. On top of all of that, I had to learn how to be a parent.
Yeah.
Crash course, just you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just it was three.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
well, well.
It was a few more than.
Right. Um, and for the most part, those people are doing okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe better than okay, right?
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. I think that to be a positive influence in people's lives, whether they want to say it or not, I know what's up.
Yeah.
I'm not. I know what's up. I know what's what. And so, yeah, man, it's been dope. And so now it's your turn,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's your turn, and you have some tools, you have some resources. Your brothers are two mature men almost, right? Because Aiden is almost a man. Um, and they're there,
Yeah.
and they know what's up, and they're they're clear in the things that in these subjects. Aiden at 14, man, he's now um starting to understand some things, although he's still a little tough for him.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
And things have changed a lot also, right? Because he's homeschooled. He's not going to school anymore, like going out. Homeschooling changes things a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It changes things a lot, which is something that that's another, I got to learn now how to do the homeschooling thing, or I don't have experience there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he'll turn the computer on and go to school some days, and some days he don't do it. And I'm like, yo, bro, what are we doing here, bro? Like, we're not gonna finish this? Like, you just gonna leave it like that? He's like, I do it tomorrow. And that's the beauty of it, that you have that
That
flexibility,
freedom.
And so I get to spend time with my son even more than I did with you guys
Yeah.
because you guys were at school,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Um, that was dope. Where I speak to him sometimes, well, you, well, you guys are at school. I'm at Walmart buying like cookies and cakes and candy and setting up a whole fucking party for you guys. And what I'll do is I'll just go take you out of school, just random.
Yeah,
Like, what
for
are we
real.
doing? Nothing. We just going home today. Fuck it,
For
we out.
real. No, we went to go see movies.
Right? And then they go, oh, they got a doctor's appointment. Bullshit. Brand new Lord of the Rings come out Friday. I'm picking you. I'm like, yo, we going on a 1 o'clock show, the 12 o'clock, the 10 o'clock show. So you guys will get on the bus, go to school, get your attendance, and I go pick you up,
Mm-hmm.
and we out.
Right.
Often,
Yeah.
often. That wasn't that was a thing where like just random. Well, so what are you picking me up? Nothing. Let's go. Um, and really, my it was just that's just a message, just letting you guys know that you could do whatever you want,
Yeah.
right? The importance of school or whatever, like.
I think for the most part, because you preached it to other people, it was always kind of law for us.
Mhm.
Although mom was the way that she was, she she was more reserved because of you.
Mhm.
So damn, my mind
What do
just
you
went
mean
blank.
reserved in what way?
With her discipline.
Like if I picked you up from school and she would get upset at that.
Um, no, what were you saying before?
I pick you up from school
Yeah,
and just some regular shit.
I lost it.
Yeah,
I lost it.
yeah. So that was important for me
Yeah.
to send you guys that message and let you know that.
Oh, that's what it is. You preach that message to everybody. Like you've always preached it. So, yeah, mom was always reserved because of your preachings. And I don't want to use the word preachings because it's really, but your influence. Let me say, because of your influence, she was really reserved. Which allowed us. Well, I can only speak for me, but it allowed me to take what you're saying and
Fix the
apply it to
mic a little bit.
my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I understood it as law for me too. I understood it wasn't meant for you, it was meant for mom because she was more of the authoritarian. Um but yeah, I took those lessons and I applied them to my life too.
Dope, dope. And I'm happy that it worked out for you because
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work out that way,
No.
right? Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and I'm glad
It was trust,
that
really.
it did.
It was the trust.
Well, what I'm saying is that not all advice, not all my advice, and not all my ideas
100%.
are for
100%.
everybody,
100%.
right? I understand that. Um, you know what it is? My thing is just that, or the reason I would give anybody an advice or a piece of advice or giving them an opinion is because they complain,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that shit hurts my soul because
Yeah.
I know what they're saying.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And then I found a solution to it. The
Mm.
problem is when I tell them the solution,
They don't like it.
they don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know. Is it they think that they're doing the wrong thing? Do they think that they're that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But um I'm not and I learn and I adapt.
Yeah.
I'm not staying stuck. I'm
Yeah.
not staying stuck. I love learning new shit. All the new technology. I love staying up to date with shit. And that's a slippery slope also because a lot of staying up to date, people will perceive you to be immature,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
So today car
Mhm.
is what's going on, for example, and I bought a Carhartt hat and I put it on. It was like, oh, look at him dressing like a child.
Mhm.
You feel me? And
Mhm.
nah, my mentality is not like a child.
Mhm.
My hat may be what the
A
kids are
trend with.
wearing, right?
Mhm.
I get that. But I love that shit. I'm not gonna walk around wearing like, 3X fucking shirts,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? With a bandit under my eye. I'm not gonna do that. But we have people who will do it.
Yeah.
They'll do it. They'll do it. And so, uh, it's life is one of those catch 22s. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
For sure.
And so I let go of all of that shit.
For sure.
I am dealing with, well, I don't have to deal with the people in my life that brought that energy to me.
Mhm.
Right. Give me a second. I got my water here. So that doesn't exist in my life anymore, which is um it's fucked up for me because I could have I could have taken care of that a lot earlier,
Mm,
but I didn't know I could.
yeah,
I didn't know two things. I didn't want to be disrespectful,
right,
and also I probably didn't even know it was an option,
right, right.
right? Because it could get lonely.
Mhm, mhm,
It could get lonely. Um, you know. But what I've learned is that no, cutting that extra fat,
mm,
right? Trimming that fat puts you in a place where you have like-minded people around you.
yeah,
That's what starts to happen. So that number of people starts to go up
mm,
because a lot of the times those people are there, but they're not part of your circle.
right.
You switch that around, and then you're gonna see growth, a lot of growth,
Yeah, yeah,
fast.
yeah. That's where I'm at now.
Hmm.
I've excluded myself from a lot of my circle that I used to have
Right.
of people um for my personal growth. For my personal growth because I found myself having the same conversation over and over and over and over and I was tired. I'm tired. I'm drained. Like
You get
what's
drained
next?
physically.
What's next?
Physically. Even talking about it right now, give me a headache.
Facts. I felt it right now. Just like the rush of energy. Just leave.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful thing, man. And the crazy thing about it is that if you noticed, once you're in that mindset, a lot of positive things starts to happen,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
A lot of positive because you have clarity,
Yeah.
right? And you can separate the good from the bad,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I don't live in a binary system. I don't. To me, the world is not good or bad. It's just the things that I want to do.
Right.
I want to do this. No, I want to do this. Yes,
Right. Right.
that's it.
Right.
The good and bad, black and white, will limit you. It'll
Mhm.
cut you. It'll cut your options in half, and then on top of that, life is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like because you cut it in half, you got less options. So you know, life is hard.
Mhm. Mhm.
Life is hard out here, and that it makes life a lot harder,
Yeah.
right? So for me, options.
Yeah.
I like to have options. I like to have options. I like to be able to do whatever I want and be successful.
Yeah.
And tools, you get the tools, and you be all right,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Um, the biggest for me is books, reading,
Yeah. I felt that.
reading,
Yeah.
educating, because I could do
Mhm.
whatever I want,
Mhm.
right? It may take me a little time to learn some things or whatever. I
Right.
mean, look at this whole setup. I'm pretty tech savvy, um, but I've never put together
Podcast.
a podcast, from scratch,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Which this is not just the equipment here; it's all the stuff on social media, which I've
Yeah.
done a
Yeah.
couple times, but it's not it's tedious
Yeah.
as
It's
well.
different than before.
Right. So you know, um, it could get interesting, man.
Yeah.
Fast,
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, you
Mhm.
could slow down time a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And I did that.
Word.
I'm not gonna say I know what I was doing, but I what I could tell you is that I slowed down time because um we had some good years, man. I'll say at least when the childhood.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Yeah. I don't like to talk bad about my childhood. Although there were bad parts,
Sure.
I don't like to talk bad about my whole childhood because
No, there was a
it
lot of
was
good shit.
fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was
You
fun.
guys, you
We've
guys got to see a
experienced
lot.
a lot,
Yeah.
a lot, and now it just opens the door for everything else.
Right.
For everything else,
You guys lived in another country,
bro.
right?
That
Right.
was one of my favorite moments.
Oh, the working out. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's that for me was key for a lot of things in the last few months, man. Um, like I said, that's a thing where like I get the best of me in the mornings, and I decided to get my health in order, right? Mental and physical.
Yeah.
So as I'm shedding weight, I'm shedding people,
Yeah.
right? And my happiness has grown
Yeah.
exponentially to the point where like for example this morning I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. But you know what? There was enough in the tank that I was able to get my work done, and that made me feel a,
Mm.
a lot more um on track
Yeah.
of what I want to do,
Yeah.
you know. And so that was a dope experience
Mm.
this morning
Mm.
doing that because I've done that before for sure, but it was more forced,
Yeah.
right? Now I did it this time with an understanding of yo, look, things are gonna get rough sometimes,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
But we can't let that stop us because
Mm.
that's what gets us in a hole,
Mhm.
right? So I'm like, okay, cool, okay, all right, got something to work with.
Mhm.
So that's dope. That's dope. I'm not sure if that will work for everybody. What I'm saying is that that worked for
That's
me,
yeah.
and I found something new, a new tool for me to get some shit done, right? Um, and to me, working out has been a big, 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 big help. A big help, not only physically, but mostly mentally.
Mm.
I get a crazy amount of dopamine working out.
Yeah.
I get a crazy amount of. That's how I bust my fucking ass.
Not funny.
That's how I bust my ass because I'm out there like really getting to it,
Yeah.
like letting it all
Yeah.
out.
You were in your peak.
Yeah, letting it all out, just going all out, and then I trip.
The universe had other plans for you.
Bust my whole shit, man. God damn. And so yeah, man, that's been life changing, life changing. I've and I learned
Yeah.
that that there's a lot of tools that well, I'm creating tools almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creating, that's dope. It's hard.
Mm.
It's hard. It's not easy, but I say I'm gonna say cliche shit. Stay the course. Don't give up. Because quite honestly, man, that's all I could really say. That's all I could say. What happens is if you jump in, put some work in, you s- you should you should you should be able to channel in that energy.
Mm.
You should be able to. If you're not, it's because you're not ready. That's, I guess,
Yeah.
that's just me. I wasn't
Yeah.
ready. Because how many times have I done this? I go to the
Yeah.
gym, lose
Yep.
some weight, and then all of a sudden gain the fucking weight back, and then that's that.
Mhm.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. For me, it's not. It's because I would say, oh, it's a lifestyle change. Yeah, for sure. It's for sure it's a lifestyle change, but in order to maintain that,
Mm.
you gotta have a mentality change.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
if not, then what are we talking about? Then
Right.
you might as well not do shit.
Right.
But it's dope. Very very helpful.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
helpful. And besides that, I also understand that you guys are watching me,
Mm.
right? And so it can inspire. It can inspire because I know Aaron is outside every day also doing
Mhm.
his thing. Um, it can inspire and and what's the word I'm looking for, man? You know, I understood that you guys are watching, and so at my age, right? Um, it's just a message of that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck you
that's
want to
very
do.
true.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah.
So I hope, but I think that's one of the messages. I'm sure there's a bunch
Mhm.
of them in there, and
Mhm.
you guys are
Mhm.
gonna take it for what it is.
Exactly.
I'm just hoping that it makes you guys impenetrable,
Mm.
right? Knowing that, whatever I want to do, I could do.
Right.
And also, I'll give you nuggets, like I just said right now, where if you're not ready,
Yeah.
you're not ready,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
think
okay.
that we both Aaron and I have struggled with what you said earlier, just knowing too much in situations where we know what we want to do, but because we know a lot more that can happen, we fear ourselves from from doing anything. We don't do anything. Like it'll just stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It'll
you know
stop.
what?
But you're very right that your influence does keep us on our toes, keep us motivated and hungry for more.
Yeah,
You know.
that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. That is dope.
Right.
Yeah, you guys, all the craziness that I speak,
Mhm.
this crazy shit. Um, the one thing is that I don't lie.
Right.
I'll come with the facts.
Right.
The problem is my tone,
Right.
my expression, the way I
Right.
speak to people,
Right.
especially people who who maybe who maybe challenged in the education side
Mm.
don't understand, and they'll take it personal,
Yeah.
right? Um, but ultimately, um, you guys have oh shit, did it die?
I know my phone died.
Okay, I'm getting a spinning wheel over here. Maybe we pass an hour or something. But um, what the hell was I telling you? Where we were at, I lost my fucking um uh.
Um, us knowing too much and being motivated to keep going from you.
Oh, my influence,
Yeah.
and I know that I have a heavy influence at home now,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
right? I try to be very careful with that
Yeah.
also because I understand that at some point it could become something else,
Right.
not guidance,
Right.
but telling you what to do,
Right.
right? And I try to be as careful as possible because my m- my instinct
Yeah.
is
Is yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep you
Yeah.
to safety, right?
Right.
And so there may be some things that, like for example, you love pets and reptiles and all of that shit,
Yeah.
and I would not buy this shit, right? And that hindered your growth because you fuck with that,
Right.
and I wouldn't,
Right.
right? But I made we met halfway,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Not only that, but meeting halfway with you taught me some things,
Right.
right? That I was able to learn, and I appreciate that type of shit, right?
Mhm.
Um, because there was a time where I didn't think you guys could teach me anything,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
How could the child teach me anything?
Right.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was like, okay, cool. And
Mm.
then I guess that starts to open the door for some objectivity
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
conversation.
That's so crazy because to my understanding, you've always understood kids.
Okay, the kid's situation is that it comes from a trauma, right? It comes from a trauma where abandonment issues,
Mm.
right? So
Yeah.
when I see somebody has that
Yeah.
issue,
Yeah.
I protect.
Yeah.
It's instinctual.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
instinctual. So abandonment can mean anything to me.
Mm.
Abandonment can mean like I see parents not buy their kid or not give their kid a TV or not give them, you know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
of shit,
Yeah.
right? When I know that that kid is dying for that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And I can't for the life of me control myself to help this kid out.
Yeah.
I can't. It's tough. It's tough. I see myself,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And it wasn't for me. It wasn't material things. I had everything I wanted as a child, but a hug,
Mm.
right? So when I see that, I get triggered
Yeah.
right away,
Yeah.
and I will protect
Yeah.
that child.
Yeah.
I will protect them from their own parent.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of
Yeah. Yeah.
most parents in my family fucking hate me because that's
Most.
well, all of them. Because I mean, we have there's family members that I was forbidden to
Talk to.
talk to,
Yeah, it's crazy.
right? So ultimately, those kids came running to my house,
Mm.
right? They needed a safe space,
Yeah.
and they came
Yeah.
and used me, particularly. Um, but I get it. I get it. That I gave that person the space to do what they had to do because I'm
Mm.
not angry or nothing like that.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I'm not surprised,
Mm.
right? But ultimately, that person now runs a lot happier than
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
than what their life was
Freer.
dictated to be,
Mhm.
right? That person came to my house and that person got some wings,
Yeah, for sure.
so that was dope. And that that's the type of shit that and it's not like I said, it's not 100% based on me being conscious 100% of what's going
Mhm.
on. I'm blinded by my own traumas,
Mhm.
right? And so I definitely think about it a lot because um um
Mm.
some that's not I'm not that's not my job
Right.
to be saving people or
Yeah.
not. Like that's not I was saying that's not I can't that's not something that another one human being can do to another.
Right.
Um or should be doing because we should be taking care of ourselves,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But as life has it, for me at least, that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was able to be that person for people. That was
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. And I continue to be.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
continue to be because um on a daily basis I'm on the phone with
Mhm.
somebody
Mhm.
that's having a hard
Mhm.
time on
Mhm.
a daily basis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But now you do it to us too. Or your energy is focused more on
Oh, for sure.
us
Right.
now.
Well, because I learned of I've been working on a lot of self love
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and so um that lets me focus on the more important things. Not to say that you guys are more important than like it's not that. It's just that um right now my focus is to make sure that there's platforms
Right.
for everybody. We've built some stuff, but it's now time to make it go,
Right.
right? And so, yeah, we've been, I mean, today we had a great conversation
Mhm.
about some new directions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And solidifying um uh better business practices,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Um and so, definitely am proud of that, right?
Mhm.
Leslie's growth, right? The things that she's doing now, very I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Some shit that she needed to do a long time ago. She's finally pushing forward with
Yeah.
with her voice. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
that's that's so dope. Really excited about that.
Mhm.
Um, and so yeah, little by little, everything just falls into place. But you see how like it all starts with the mental.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
the mind is a powerful thing, man. And we have a brain that fortunately gives us space
Yeah.
to be who we want to be.
Yeah.
It's just society that has different plans for us.
Facts.
That's crazy.
Facts.
Mhm. I mean, with that said, though, man, I think I'm tapped out on maturity for tonight.
Yeah, facts.
I want to go play some PlayStation and be immature.
I've been up since I gotta go be a little bit mature now. I gotta go be with the baby. But I've been up since the crack of dawn, bro.
Yeah, yeah, we got up mad early.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we're gonna keep on. We got a lot more.
More stuff coming.
Yeah, we setting up different segments and different a ton of we're just trying to bring some entertainment value.
Yeah. Have the whole family here.
Oh yeah, no, we got
We got some episodes on the way.
fucking
Don't worry about it.
characters. Yeah. But yeah, man. Good nights, everybody, man. Or good morning. It's 12 o'clock. And thank you guys for showing
For
us love,
joining.
man.
Yeah.
This has been dope, man. And